Welcome to the Your Best Kept Business Secret Podcast, where we'll help you monetize, grow, and market your business to give you the business that you really deserve. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. Just search for Your Best Kept Business Secret or drop in to www.markford.uk and get even more ideas, thoughts, and strategies on how to get the business you deserve. Now, here's your host, the UK's best kept business secret, Coach Mark Ford.
Hey everybody, welcome to your Best Kept Business Secret podcast with me, your host, Mark Ford, quite possibly your best kept business secret. Now, thank you for taking the time to join me for this, and if you like what you see or you hear, give us a like, love, share, and subscribe. Now, in this podcast, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I am going to talk to you about something, well, pretty personal, but it seems relevant during this incredibly crazy time. Back in the 1980s, my dad took a chance and went self-employed. He went self-employed as a painter and decorator. Then came the big recession of the 1980s. Why pay a painter and decorator when you can do it yourself? Now, it was devastating for him, for us as a family, for his pride, and for his mental health. And I know some of you watching this or listening to this may well be staring exactly at the same situation, and you're staring it in the face. For an economy that boasts as many employees as self-employed, the current climate and situation will have devastating effects on many, many people. But I want to give you something to think about. I'm not going to give you false hope, but I will share with you 4 lessons that I learned from my dad's failed business. Okay, now here's a logical approach to this. Failing at a business isn't the end of the world. In fact, it could actually be the beginning of a successful new business. But I also know that emotion really does take over, and so perhaps this may take a few views for you to get what I'm trying to say. Now, failure isn't something to celebrate, at least if you subscribe to conventional wisdom. See, failure is seen as an ending, the end of the road. When you fail, feelings of inferiority, embarrassment, and stress will dominate your thoughts. Well, why move on? Why even bother trying again? You see, so what if Thomas Edison embraced that conventional wisdom? How long would the world have waited before the light bulb was invented? Instead, he said that after multiple failures, I've not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. And if you look back and figure out what went wrong, you probably won't repeat these same mistakes. Could any of these be the reason that the business actually failed? Number 1, don't play the blame game. Now, it's hard to admit, but before moving forward, you have to embrace a harsh reality. It's your fault. It's not the economy's fault, your partner's fault, the city you live in, your lack of money, the people, the product, or the family issues that you had, or in this case, people got ill. It's your fault because you were the leader of your business. Successful businesses that will continue to thrive will overcome the same issues that brought you down. When you can say that you were the main reason that the business failed, well, strangely, your mind becomes very open to change. And it's hard, and I know it's hard. No one wants to admit that they've ever done wrong. No one wants to admit they made the wrong decisions. But as coach, speaker, and author Larry Winget says, your life and your business is your fault. Every decision you have made has led you to this point. So it's time to make some different decisions. It's time to get you to a different point. Number 2, don't beat yourself up. Now, just because it was your fault doesn't mean you're a bad person. Now, my dad took it personally, very personal. It led to a bout of depression and heavy drinking. Not that he will ever admit it, he was that generation. But if you want someone you know more than my dad to look at, take a look at Apple co-founder Steve Jobs, as he founded NEXT Computers in 1985 after being forced out of Apple. The company was far from successful, and Apple later purchased it and brought Jobs back. Not only was he fired from the company that he founded, arguably the most brilliant business mind in recent history started a business that essentially failed. This series of failures didn't derail Jobs, it propelled him to further greatness. He faced the same decisions any business owner faces, but he chose to turn them into positive. You see, we have choices. Follow and massage your own ego, or spiral out of control. Or you could take it on and just go and do better. Number 3, be willing to let it go. Now, maybe the first time around you did the research, but it didn't come back favourable. Instead of abandoning the idea, you just move forward anyway. The best entrepreneurs know that being too passionate about an idea is a recipe for failure. There are plenty of ideas to choose from. Pick one that both you and your customers will love. And my dad was really good at what he did. I mean, he was really good. But instead of going back to it, he just decided to go and get a job. He then actually hurt his back and was out of action for over 9 months, double smashing him in the face and just making matters worse. See, if he waited, accepted what had happened, and then he came back, well, he would have been inundated with work. He was that good. When I went self-employed 10 years ago, having had a successful corporate career, his first words were, "You're an idiot, son." He hadn't let it go. And he still thinks that I am a fool for what I do now. Number four, bring in the experts and make them friends. Now you, my friend, aren't an expert at everything. I am not an expert in everything. In this highly competitive world, trying to be an expert marketer, web designer, manufacturer, manager, sales associate, and accountant just isn't going to work. Build a team of experts that will improve your execution the next time round. I call them a success team. I've got some really good people around me now, and it's kind of taken me a few years to take my own advice. I look out for them, and I'd like to think, well, they kind of look out for me. Now, being part of a group of positive, knowledgeable, and successful people is utterly key, if not essential, to your success the next time around. Not only will it give you a better chance of being successful, but they will also stop you from making some really piss poor decisions. You can even join mastermind groups that will not only hold you accountable, but you've then got the collective years and experience and skills that you may not possess in that room with you, helping you achieve things that you never thought possible. It still takes your willingness to do the work, but no successful business has ever succeeded without a team behind them. Look, it's tough out there, and I know it's going to be for quite a while yet. If you think back to the lessons that I've learned, it's that you have to think differently going forward. You have to believe things will be different this time around. You have to know that this time around you will make different and better decisions. You have to be willing to be the best version of yourself. Your business, the best version of itself it can be. People need you. They really do. Never forget that owning and running your own business is tough. And the decisions we make are often some of the toughest. I guess we should all take a moment and think about our business obituary. Now that's quite a strong statement, but I want you to think just for a minute. If we look at it logically, if a business fails, well, it's like a death, and we will go through that grieving process. But here's the thing, when you're on your deathbed, what would you want people saying about you? Or even more personal, what do you want to say about yourself? I tried, it failed, I gave the fuck up. Or do you want to say, I'm glad I believed in myself, made some different choices and made a freaking difference? I know what I would want to say, and I know that's what I'm going to do going forward. Regret, worry and upset, that don't pay the bills. Your skills, your passion and your decisions will do. Be that person that picks yourself up off the ground, come back bigger, better, faster, smarter and more amazing than you did before. Be that person and not my dad. And that is it for this episode of the podcast. Now, I'm hoping that you've got something from this ever so slightly personal episode. I want you to understand that this isn't the end if things have gone wrong. Far from it. Right now, as I record this, there are thousands upon thousands in the same boat as you. It is a very weird time, a very, very weird time. And I hope in my lifetime, we never have to go through this kind of thing again. I'll continue to support you guys to get the business that your hard work really deserves. So please share the love, like love, and share with your business colleagues. Do you know what? I've been Mark Ford. I've been your best kept secret. And I hope to see you soon. And I'll see you on the other side.